tough days, and our good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge. Yours too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge. Yours too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge. Yours too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge. Yours too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge. Yours too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge. These are the stories we've written together. days, and our good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us!
And we are back for day 2 of the Pacific League Southeast Asia English-speaking countries regional qualification. And just a brief recap on where we're at so far. Yesterday we had tons of exciting matches. I think especially the best of 5 between Coco Melon and X-Mob. That one went all the way down to the wire. And we are left with the remaining 8 players who made it all the way through to the quarterfinals, and they will be playing it down all the way to the finals for this regional qualifier. So here are the rules and format of it. All matches will be based on playoffs and a best of 5 with the SWC ruling, meaning that there will be a pre-ban phase at the start of the draft, and the top 2 players from this qualifier will advance to the group stages of the Pacific League. The group stages of the Pacific League will then be formed with the other top 2 qualified players from the Vietnam region. I believe Pooh and Spinks have made it through already earlier today. The Indonesia region, Thailand, the Chinese, Taipei, Hong Kong, and Macau as well. And they will be divided into 2 groups each, alright, with 5 players for both. Then make sure to stay tuned for it as well, as there will be the group stages of the Pacific League happening on the 10, 11, 17, and 18 of May. As for the competition format for the group stages, it will be a round robin with the SWC ruling. So top 3 will qualify to the finals, and the final will be happening on the 24th of May. So it's all to play for. The rewards are really juicy here. As you can see, the group stages and the finals have a lot of money up for grabs. So it's all to play for. Can't wait to see who is going to come out ahead in our regional qualifier. So on the left side, we have Gino up against Blackhearted today. Every match, like I said, is gonna be a best of 5 casual, fighting it out against Kai. Coco Melon will be challenging Charles and Flynn versus Proton S70. So the top 2 will be qualified for the regional and moving onwards to the group stage, alright? So with that being said, I believe we are getting our players ready and we should be able to start our first set of best of 5. I believe it's gonna be Gino and Blackhearted. These 2 players, I think they do know each other's monster box pretty well, because obviously Gino, in terms of LD, probably the Acroma picked up quite a lot. Things like Tianlang as well is gonna be very handy whenever he's gonna be facing Blackhearted, because you know, Blackhearted is one of those players that probably likes to go for things like Oliver, all these kind of things, where Tianlang is gonna be super strong against it. So here we go. The first match of the best of 5 between Gino and Blackhearted. Pre-bans locked in. It's gonna be the Ming and the Ramael and Judaya. So first pick. Oh, it's always a challenge for this Fire Twin right now. This unit so strong. I think if you watch the Vietnam qualifier, almost every set of matches had that unit. The Caroil and Lanoa, right? So Oliver and Miles picked up for Blackhearted. I do believe we are gonna be seeing something like a Tianlang here. Maybe later on as well. So Chandra for the speed lead, providing hug and slow debuff. Really good. And the other unit will be... Let's see here. Might have some slight connection issues from these two players. What is it gonna be? It's not popping up. Probably one of them does not have great connection at the moment. Yep, the game is paused right now. So pretty unfortunate. I think we are gonna be having a restart on that. I'm not sure. We'll wait for the confirmation from the officials, alright? So I think player 1 has connection issue. That is the confirmation here. So we are gonna be seeing what is going to be happening right now. I believe maybe they pick the same units and stuff like that. And the same pre-bands. We'll wait for the official ruling, alright? So yeah, I think as Blackhearted, you know, you go things like Miles and the Oliver to open up. It's really strong, but then Gino does have a lot of good counters against it. Things like Lucia, he loves to go for the Fire Pure Vanilla Cookie. That unit counters the Oliver pretty hard. Things like even, like I said, Tianlang, all this kind of thing. Angela, great heals, providing AoE shield as well. So we are gonna be starting our match here. Back to where we are at. Okay, I believe... Apologies everybody. I think Blackhearted does have some connection issues here. So we'll get that sorted out. Don't worry. Everything is gonna be smooth sailing after this. So like I said, it's all to play for. The top 2 players from this Southeast Asia qualification will be progressing onwards to the group stages. And for the group stage, I think that's where the money is at, right? Because I think the winner, the champion, will receive 400 USD, and the top 3 players in the group stage will be moving onwards to the finals, which will be happening on the 24th of May. So make sure to note down all these dates in your calendar. It's gonna be super fun to see all these top players from around Asia, you know? Because this time we do have the Chinese Taipei, Hong Kong, Macau side as well. I think Vietnam always have a really strong roster. Things like Pooh, Spinks, all these two players, they have been getting legend every time, you know. The past 2 RTA seasons, I think they were legends 1 each. So I can't really wait to see what kind of strategy they are gonna be pulling off for this Pacific League, because with this league itself, a best of 5 is totally different than a best of 3 kind of thing, where you cannot really rely on one composition kind of thing. You do need to change things up here and there most of the time. If you're always gonna be sticking towards your same draft, by the 3rd or 4th round, I'm pretty sure your opponent will be able to capitalize, and it might backfire your draft at the end, right? So you always need to come out with something new, something exciting to catch your opponent off guard in that sense, alright? So can't wait to see all the matches that will be played out today as well. There will be 2 coupon codes to be given out today during the stream too, so make sure to just sit back and relax and enjoy the stream. We are back. So here are the drafts currently so far. The Oliver Miles Angela and Sekhmet locked in for Blackhearted, and on Jin Yao's corner, like I said, Tianlang Lucia. I think no-brainer whenever you're gonna be facing Oliver. You don't really want to ban off that unit as well because most of the time it's quite squishy, right? Slot 4 crit rate, so you don't have double HP built on it. And Blackhearted will be finalizing his draft with this Win Zenitsu. So bans are locked in. Win Zenitsu is super strong, so Jin Yao does not want to deal with that. And Lucia ban out as well. So here we go. Just a slight hiccup here, but then it's gonna be smooth here on out. Sekhmet moving first. Oh, this is one of the first time that we see Sekhmet failing to land the strip and reset. So he does have another Oliver here to go for the pushback onto the Julian. So making sure that the Julian can't stun anything up. No stun for the Tianlang as well, and there's gonna be the hug. Slow debuff landed onto 2. However, Angela will be able to heal up, cleansing the Sekhmet. And we're back to square one. So Blackhearted is just trying to control that Julian the whole time, making sure he does not get one-shotted by it. But you always need to be afraid of this violent proc. Okay, the Julian didn't get it. Because if, let's say, Tianlang landed Umber Break and one proc, I think the Sekhmet dies there. So slowly working on to the Fire Twin Angel right now. Really low on health. No skills though. So can only push back and increase the attack bar of the Tianlang a little bit. And that's gonna be another round of resets onto the Julian. Armor break onto 3. But Julian is going to cleanse that away once he gets a move on. So Tianlang, nice violent proc right there. He's going for it. Even with the glancing, he was trying to get some stunts. But failing to do so, meaning this Fire Twin is gonna go down. So another round of heals from the Angela, and Miles is able to put out so much work every time proccing once. Look at the damage output already. Onto the Chandra, really low on health. So this time, Jin Yao shifting his focus towards the Miles. I think he feels like this segment doesn't really do much here. He just needs to kill the Miles, and now Blackhearted is missing out one of his main damage dealers. Because if you're Jin Yao, even if you reset right now, it doesn't really matter. You just need your Tianlang to land the armor break, and Julian is the one on a timer. So he needs to try to kill off as many units as he can before his Tianlang goes down. So Chandra is dead. Another round of reset. And it's actually looking good for Blackhearted right now. So Tianlang unfortunately not able to land the armor break. And I think with this, Tianlang is dead. Yeah, 10,000. And there's nothing much the Julian can do right now. Since he cannot capitalize with the passive, he's just gonna be dropping dead towards the Oliver's second skill. 1-0 victory goes to Blackhearted. So a very nice draft. I think maybe if Jin Yao focused the Miles at the start, try to bring it down first, then he might have a slightly better chance at winning. But he wasted just too much time on to killing the Sekhmet off. The Angela just kept on cleansing and heal the shield as well, very thick. And he just couldn't bring down that Sekhmet in time. So he wasted like at least 2 turns onto that unit. So these were the last round's pre-ban. What is it gonna be this time? If you're Blackhearted, do you just want to remove this Tianlang? Because it has been so annoying towards his draft earlier. But he still came out ahead. So yeah, maybe not. We are gonna be seeing the Chandra and Seimei ban. Oh, Seimei is actually a really nice unit to have for RTA. Especially when you're fighting against things like Veladrol, where they're gonna get 3 turn Sanctuary. With Seimei in the field, it's just 1 turn. So what the Twin Angel picked up for Blackhearted. And do we see Gino going for a potential Vanessa? He does have that unit run up really well. However, going for the Oliver and Irene instead. So something we don't see too often on Gino. I kinda like that Irene pick. Really nice. However, there's Segment in the field now. So Segment, most of the time, should be moving first with a high base speed. Whether she lands the reset or not, that's another question. There's always the 15% chance to resist. So Gino opting for this Mouse and Rakuni. Like I said, these 3 units goes hand in hand. Speed leader, Mouse big damage, Rakuni speed boost. Beautiful. So 15 seconds for Blackhearted to counter this draft. The Tetsuya and Water Gojo. So Water Gojo nowadays, I feel like he has a very nice place in the current meta. Especially when you're dealing against things like Miles and Oliver. Those 2 units cannot push back, right? That unit. And Water Gojo will always benefit from defense buff. Able to dish out a lot on the second skill. So Josephine. Locked in. Force ban material. Alright, here we go. On paper, this segment needs to land the reset. If not, I think Gino should have the upper hand. So has to reset off this. Irene. He gets it. So a huge stun onto the Tianlang as well. Now, what can this Water Twin Angel do? So just going for the heal, shield, and armor break landed onto the mouse. Oh, with this glancing, Tetsuya needs to stun. Oh, he still gets it onto the Oliver. So Rakuni here can just probably boost up the mouse if he chooses to do it. Or maybe even boosting himself. So opting for the mouse instead. Wow. One hit, 20% of the Tianlang HP gone. Getting 1 stun onto the Rakuni only. So Mouse able to go for more damage. This Irene, I think, should be on Swift, right? So Tianlang gets the additional turn. Potential reset incoming. Gino is just trying to go all in onto this Tianlang here. But I think Rakuni is gonna drop soon. Because it's already down to last hit. So just a normal attack should do the trick. Likely 1 for 1. So there's gonna be the threat state put up right now. Trying to sustain the mouse a little bit longer. Reset landed onto the segment too. Oh, that kind of backfired Gino. Because now, the Tetsuya stole the threat state. And he cannot finish off the Tianlang in time. So this is really good for Blackhearted. It has to go for the Demon Bag, seal up this unit. But to no avail, you're only left with the Oliver. So Tianlang needs to try to stun up something here. Did not get it. If Oliver goes down, I think this match is pretty much over. So full reset onto that win unit. No stuns coming up from the Ramael and Judaya. So threat state placed. Oh, the Oliver taking so much damage output here. And Tetsuya is back. Yeah, this is looking grim for Jin Yao. Because if Oliver goes down, yeah, there's nothing much that Irene can do. 2-0. Wow, this is a really great start coming out from Blackhearted. Good drafting so far as well, I think. We did see things like Tetsuya coming into play. I think he did quite a lot of work there. The Tianlang also super beefy as well. So hard to bring down that unit. Super tanky. And pre-bans once again will be the Ramael and Judaya as well as the Ming. So I think Jin Yao kinda need to change things up a little bit here. Do we see a reverse sweep coming out from him? Or do we see Blackhearted getting a 3-0 victory against Jin Yao? That is actually unheard of. Because most of the time, Jin Yao should be able to give a really close fight. So Chandra locked in and Blackhearted rebuts with this Oliver and Miles. Do you go something like a Tetsuya here? I think Tetsuya can be nice. Opting for the Wusa instead. So Wusa providing AoE shield, decent amount of heals from the skill 2, and immunity all round. Oh, Miles Angela this time. Alright. So far, Jin Yao very heavy water orientated draft. So going for the segment as well. What can Jin Yao actually do here? I think Fermion is a very nice pick, honestly. Something like Fermion, ban off the Angela, and work from there. So about 5 seconds left. Jin Yao is going to be going for that Water Gojo. Pretty interesting Water Gojo. So definitely letting the first 2 picks of Blackhearted through. Pre-bans probably onto the last pick or Angela for Jin Yao. And this last pick has to be a force ban material. Coming out from Blackhearted. Win Zenitsu once again. That is very nice. I don't think you let that unit through. Yeah, Win Zenitsu super strong in the current meta. I feel like he has a very nice skill kit. Everything synergized so well together. And you can't even kill him off like easily, right? Because he has the passive where he offsets the fatal damage. So yep, definitely a force ban. Speed leads on both sides, and let's go. The third set of best of 5 between Jin Yao and Blackhearted. So segment here has to reset. Either the Tianlang or Chandra. So opting for the Chandra, very nice. No AoE, slow debuff. Big damage already done onto the Water Gojo. So just gonna be resetting him, making sure that he does not have the second skill. A very big stun onto the Miles. However, Angela should be able to cleanse. Well, unfortunately not, because Segment is taking so much damage here. So the heal will be onto her instead. Just gonna be laying out the armor breaks. Actually landed everything. The armor breaks onto everyone. Now Oliver just poke damage here. Tianlang, can he land the armor break? Very important. He gets it. So Chandra is gonna be hitting so hard. Look at that one punch. 10,000. With armor break onto Fermion, it means that he's not gonna be hitting that hard. And there will be another round of resets this time onto the Chandra. Miles getting the additional turn. Water Gojo is in trouble. Pushing back the Fermion a little bit. Oh, last hit. Angela not able to bring it down. That might actually cost Blackhearted the game. So we'll see whether this Gojo last skill here before he goes down, not able to bring down the mouse. So forced to hit it again, gets the additional turn. A huge stun onto the Tianlang. That's not good for Jin Yao. Chandra no skills yet. And this mouse is still surviving by the skin of his teeth. And that additional turn though, actually clutch. So mouse is back to safety zone-ish a little bit here. Slightly below 50% of the health. And Tianlang needs to try to land his armor break. Gets the additional turn. That is something working for Jin Yao. So I think Setmat here just lays out the armor break. Yeah, finally that mouse goes down. And Chandra will be able to hug and place the slow debuff. Only onto 1. So Jin Yao is on the timer here. I think if his Fermion goes down, it's really hard for Tianlang and Chandra to make a comeback. Especially with Angela in the field. So Jin Yao is thinking it through, just opting for the normal attack, trying to armor break this segment. But with Angela in the field, it's just too strong. Fermion's gonna go down. 2v3 and everything on Blackhearted side is looking really healthy. So another very nice additional turn here. He has to just go for it. Gets the stun onto the Oliver. Down to 1 HP. And another big heal coming out from the Wind PVC. Oh, this is gonna be close. I think here you kinda need to normal attack to try to crit. But opting for the boost instead. I don't think the boost is the right call because with Tianlang in the field, right? You're not gonna be benefiting much from it. You might have the opportunity to like armor break into 1 hit. So Tianlang 2 turns once again. If he goes for skill 2, he will actually go down towards the segment shield. Because the PVC provides damage when there's shield on the units, right? So here, yep, Tianlang is just gonna be suiciding. Unfortunate. And now, I don't think this Chandra has any juice to bring down an Angela. Even if this segment goes down, right? 1v1, Angela always comes out ahead. And it's gonna be a 3-0 victory for Blackhearted. Wow. That is unbelievable. I think Blackhearted really prepared his matches for today really well. In terms of the drafting, he has been playing like counter pick really smart. And always bringing in that Wind Zenitsu. I think that unit was so strong for round 1 and round 3. Just banning it off and then praying that your other 4 units goes through. So definitely very good drafting coming up from Blackhearted. He's gonna be moving onwards to the semi-finals of this regional qualifier. Alright, the top 2 players for today will be progressing onwards to the group stages. So we're gonna be having our second set of the best of 5. Casual up against Kai. So yesterday we didn't get to see Casual play because there was a walkover. The opponent that he was fighting did not make it. So not really sure what kind of draft Casual loves to go for. But this is another player with a very strong monster box. As well as Kai. So Segment and the Gianna ban out this time. Yeah, we do know Kai loves his Gianna, so if it's banned out, what other options does he have? Probably running the twins, right? So going for the water one first. And what will Casual do? Do you steal away that fire twin? It could be an option. So thinking it through here, right off the bat, pivoting into a Ming. He's gonna be potentially playing turn 2 here. So Ming and the Karoyal and Lanoa. I'll just call it Fire Twin. Easier. The name very long. So Kai, flashing one unit right there. Shahat and the Juno. And very fast picks coming out from Casual. Locking in the Irene and Dark Nezuko. Miles and Rakuni to finalize Kai's draft. Casual, what do you do? Ooh, this Oliver is actually nice. Because Kai does not have any units to deter that attack bar reduction, resets, and whatnot. Although Juno is gonna be a little bit annoying, but with Irene potentially in the field, yeah, Irene doesn't really care about Juno and Rakuni. He can just seal one up. 3v4 from there. So 5 seconds left for the ban. And it's gonna be the Ming and Mouse. The Fire Twin can also destroy Rakuni and Juno, by the way. We do know the damage output from that Twin Angel is super strong. So Irene here, moving first, really quick. And she's able to place this Demon Bag onto the Water Twin Angel, gets it, and potentially placing this threat state as well if she chooses to do it. Okay, going for it onto the Dark Nezuko. So potential strip, pushback onto the Shahat, gets the additional turn. So there's gonna be a stun to follow through onto the Rakuni. And now, this twin, going for the multiple shot, gets increased cooltime onto the Juno 3 turns. So no AoE strip for a very long time. So this Water Twin is back, but already half-life down. However, the damage output from Casual. This guy needs to kill something. Ooh, not able to bring that unit down yet, but a very nice proc. So able to push the attack bar of the Dark Nezuko by 15%. Oliver should be able to just reset off the Shahat if he chooses to do it. But just going all in onto the Water Twin. I would have liked the pushback onto Shahat and then you're gonna be moving after that again. But it doesn't really matter. Still 3v4 right now. Juno next turn does have the AoE strip. However, Irene is just gonna be sealing off that unit. Does not want to deal with the Juno now. So slowly working onto the Shahat. And that's gonna be the threat state. The Irene forcing the Shahat to hit it. And another huge stun onto Rakuni. Does he get the pushback? He does not. Oh, this Fire Twin is so strong. Every time having that skill, able to almost one-shot something. And Dark Nezuko, all this multiple hits. So good. A very solid draft from Casual so far. And the Juno can't really heal up yet. There's no debuff. And it's gonna stay that way for a very long time. So Irene here probably just seals up the Shahat here. Pushback. Did not get the back in though. Nezuko likely going down here with the dots intact. So Shahat trying to work onto the Irene, but every time he hit the Irene, the reflect dot is back onto him. So he's actually taking more damage. Wow. Triple glancing from the Juno, pretty unfortunate. And I don't think this Shahat is gonna stand a chance to survive here. With a full pushback, he's already gone. And this Fire Twin is going to clean the field. Yeah, Juno goes down and 1-0 victory goes to Casual. So far, I think, in terms of drafting here between these two players, he probably picked up what Kai wants to do yesterday during the stream because most of the other players, they already fought before, right? So you get to see what kind of strategy they plan to do, things like that. Casual, obviously, like I said, he had a walkover. So it's definitely something new for Kai. Not really sure what Casual's draft will be. So now we are seeing a pretty interesting Dark Nezuko combination with it. Does he change things up here though? So if you're Kai, do you just want to ban out the Irene? I felt like Irene was MVP right there and then. Or you could actually take it for yourself. Oh, it's gonna be a Gianna ban and a mouse. So both sides have Gianna. And here we go. First pick goes to Casual. Wow, that's something we don't see too often. First picking Ming again. So double twins from Kai. And do we see another round of Irene? Could be nice. Yeah, Irene segment. Two of the Swift units that Casual has ruined up. But he does need 2 speed leaders at the end, I believe. So Shahat once again. The win by Ek. Yeah, now that I think about it, Shahat isn't really good against Irenes. Every time she plays a reflective buff, you're actually taking more damage than what you deal. So fitting in a Barbara there as well. Honestly, with this Barbara, I think you can just go like heavy win at the end. Yep, Leo is nice. And a speed lead. Oliver, yep. I like that a lot. I think Casual's draft looks pretty strong compared to Kai over here. So Kai is pivoting into a Smicer at the end. I'm not really sure about that Smicer though. Yeah, it feels like this Smicer is a little bit out of place because if you try to put a bomb and the stun, the Ming is going to cleanse. Unless you're banning off that unit, and you're not. So, Leo removed and the Smicer as well. Both sides have speed leads. Let's go. Round 2 between these two players. So Segmat outspeeding this Barbara. The Barbara's so slow though. Even the Irene is moving next. So unfortunately failing to get the strip and reset. So far all the Segmats have been derping a lot. So Barbara getting sealed up this time. And there's gonna be the potential armor break strip onto the Ming. So resisting the armor break. Fire Twin will be able to place the immunity, and getting a little bit of reset onto the Irene as well. So here, I guess you just Calm Mind. Oh, this additional turn actually not favoring casual. So who do you silence up right now? Goes for the Irene. And Sekhmet now needs to reset something. Oh my god, Sekhmet failing to do so again. That's the... Oh man, that's the downside of running Sekhmet. She's never reliable. Every time resist, and then it makes your game so much harder. Because that's the only purpose for the Sekhmet pick. Landing your third skill. And you already wasted 2 rounds trying to get it done. So now he's starting to work onto Oliver. I think here you just kind of need to go for it on that armor broken unit. But playing it safe, resetting the Water Twin Angel instead. Maybe here you just... Oh, still resistance. Oh my god, this Sekhmet 0 accuracy. The Sekhmet just don't feel like working today. Yeah, it's Sunday by the way, guys. So Sekhmet is having a day off. Does not want to do anything in this match. She's like, good luck guys, I'm out. Yeah, she's gonna drop here soon as well. So Ming actually trying to work hard. Yeah, I think Sekhmet here is kind of done for. Last opportunity for this trip to land. Okay, finally she gets it, but just a tad bit too late. After 4 times, alright? So just trying to work onto the Shahat right now. Oliver is gonna be taking so much damage here. Now with this Barbara dismounted. Oh, this additional turn is actually huge. Can he kill off the Barbara? Do you go for it? I feel like you need to. Playing it safe. Armor breaking the Shahat. So Barbara, big damage output is incoming. And you can't stop her. Yep, Oliver goes down. 3v1. Can Ming actually do it? Oh, that counter armor break. So much damage. With the heal block though. That heal block actually clutch. However, Barbara able to one-shot it. I think over there, the Ming kinda need to go all in onto the Barbara. As in the Barbara. Because, yeah, dismounted form, no joke. When it's like 30% attack increase as well, your Ming definitely can't sustain. So over there, yeah, even if you land the armor break onto Shahat, to no avail. There's gonna be 2 more damage dealers, right? You kinda need to try to kill off the Water Beast Rider there. Because dismounted form, one thing is gonna be pretty low on HP. I felt like even if Ming normal attack, it could have bring down that unit. So Dark Nezuko, Gianna pre-ban, Ming locked in, Irene and Fire Twin to follow through. What will Kai do here? Taking away the Oliver. Alright, that's very smart. Fitting in a mouse as well. So what do you do here if you're casual? Locking in 1 speed leader at least. And 5 seconds left for the other one. It's gonna be the Sekhmet. I think casual was thinking, should I actually bring in this unit? The Sekhmet actually costed me the game. So following it through with the Rakuni. And I think here, going for one water unit will probably make sense, right? Things like, oh, Diana instead. So a potential ban onto at least one of the fire units. So casual definitely should be able to capitalize on this. Maybe running something like a Masha. Yeah, I think Masha kind of makes sense here. Pretty good against Oliver because you always get immunity every single time you move. Dinah also not that good against it as well. But 1 second left. Going for the Fire Megumi instead. Also a very nice pick. Able to provide another speed lead just in case that Water Twin Angel gets banned out. So I think this Fire Twin is gonna be so strong. Because Irene is definitely just gonna be sealing up one unit. Likely onto Dinah or something. So this reset. Can this Setmat land? Alright, she finally gets it onto the Ming. So that's gonna be the Demon back incoming here. And Kai can't stop it. Sealing this Rakuni off the field. And potential strip armor break onto the Diana. Did not get the armor break, but this one should be able to reset. Yep, 3 times. And the reflective onto one of the fire units. I think probably Segment, right? Placing it onto herself though. I don't think that's the right choice. Yeah. You should have placed it onto the segment or something because you make the Rakuni come out so fast. Because every time people hit it, then 1 turn of the back goes down. So that's kind of questionable. Water Twin Angel goes down already. So Diana putting in the work. Satmat now. Able to land armor break onto everyone. But where is your damage? This has to one-shot something. Goes for the Rakuni. Big damage done. But single target. Now Diana with the glancing. Just opting for the shield. Playing it safe. But the Ming is hitting so hard. I think here no point resetting the Diana. Go for the Oliver instead. Diana already used up all the skills. But if you're casual, how do you bring down the Ming right now? That's gonna be the potential Calm Mind Cleanse, the counter. Big damage output onto the Fire Twin Angel already. Dinah already did her job. So honestly, you don't really need her in the field. Yep. GG's goes to Kai. 2-1 victory. Man. I still felt like maybe you shouldn't place the Irene's second skill onto herself. Just in case, you know, because, you know, Dinah one violent. At least you can try to force the threat state onto a fire unit. And then also you're letting the Rakuni come out so fast. So what will the pre-bans be this time? We are seeing a very respectful ban of that Dark Nezuko earlier. So this time it's gonna be the Gianna once again, together with the Water Twin Angel. So casual here. Right off the bat, Ming, Oliver, Segment picked up. Very fast picks. I feel like both of them have like the same kind of monster box. It's like just taking each other's units. Yeah, Fire Twin Angel, Irene, Shahat, and the Verdahal. A very interesting vert. Because I feel like Vert isn't really that good against 3 units coming off on casual right now. Because you're probably not gonna be touching... You don't have AoE. It's just like the segment. Alice locked in. Wow. Seriously? Do you... There's no way you outspeed, right? Because you don't have speed lead. One thing. So if Alice cannot get the third skill up in time, or if she gets resetted, because there's gonna be 33%, 28% speed lead minimum. Fire Megumi strip into segment, reset, Oliver reset. Oh man, I'm not really sure what this Alice is gonna accomplish, but we'll see. So here's segment, turn 1. Can she land the reset? Very important. Okay, this time she gets it. Dark Nezuko to follow through. They're going for some damage onto the Fire Twin. And Oliver has the option here to just remove this Alice. Oh, resistance though. Can Tetsuya stun? A huge stun onto the Alice. He needed that badly. So Oliver has a second chance to potentially reset, but we'll see later. No silence landed from the shot, but big additional turn. The Fire Megumi is really low on health right now. Charming voice onto the Alice. And a very nice stun onto Shot. Alright. The controls is looking good for casual right now. I think here you kind of need to lay out the armor break. Dark Nezuko, no skills yet. She already exhausted everything earlier. Oh, that violent proc, huge. He needs to stun. Gets it onto the Irene. And now Setmat will be able to potentially reset one unit right here. Just trying to dish out as much damage as he can onto the Shahat. So Nezuko. 3 turns immunity for everybody. Ooh. I think here you kind of need to full reset this Irene. Get the attack bar first. Very important. But playing it very safe though. Alice finally able to place this third skill. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what this Alice is here for. So we're gonna place the threat state probably onto that Fire Macaron Guard or onto herself. Now reset, stealing all of the buffs away. And although it's just 1 damage all the way right now, all your other units are getting resetted left and right. You can't really do anything about it. Yeah, Alice is just prolonging the match here. It doesn't really change the outcome. So let's go. Boom, boom, boom. He just needs to wait it out. Once the Alice third skill is off, the Fire Twin is confirmed gone. Out of the picture. So just need to make sure that he keeps on resetting the Irene, making sure that there's no demon bag. Now finally the hug comes. And she's just gonna be slowly working on to the Irene right now. So just waiting for the strip. Yeah, everything really low on health on Kai's side. And there's nothing he can do about it. Yeah, it's looking grim. This should be a 2-2. And we should be able to move onwards to the final round of this best of 5. Because Casual is gonna clinch this one. So I think this one, in terms of drafting, there was like a slight error of that Alice pick. I think if you want to go Alice, from what I'm seeing here, in terms of the rune set that he has on, the attack bar was kind of like a Swift set without Will. If you're running Swift Alice, yeah, you definitely need a speed lead. Because ain't no way you're outspeeding a segment with 33% speed leader. Minimum 28 with the Tetsuya as well. So lesson learned from Kai. What will it be this time in terms of the pre-ban? Oh, both sides actually thinking it really thoroughly. Almost down to 10 seconds. So it's gonna be the Dark Nezuko and Miles. First pick, Gianna locked in. Yeah, this time... Oh, not taking it yet. So giving the opportunity to Casual. Yeah. Casual is like, don't mind if I do. Let me just have that unit real quick. Tetsuya to counter. And a Josephine as well. So Kai is going full on turn 2 right now. With this Irene in the field, it's gonna be super pesky. So potential seal onto the Josephine or Ming. Setmet to basically remove one of the unit skills as well. And what will Kai do here? Going for the Angela. Do we see something like a Juno? Okay, Mei Hoang. I was expecting at least one fire bruiser-ish unit. So Juno or Mei Hoang kind of makes sense there. And what will Casual do? On paper, Kai should have the upper hand. Because Gianna is really kind of weak against things like Ming and the Josephine. So another reset unit in the form of Fire Twin Angel. So what are the bans this time? Both sides taking their time on this one. Whoever wins this match will progress onwards to the semifinals of this regional qualifier. So it's gonna be the Angela and Irene ban. Alright, we got a match here, boys. So Gianna here is kind of weak. I'm actually afraid for this Gianna. Segment needs to reset. Probably the Josephine. Or the Ming, either one. Yeah, Josephine. More scary, honestly. And there's gonna be a chance for this Tetsuya to strip stun something. Gets it onto the Fire Twin Angel. A very nice violent proc as well. So potential bomb should be landed here. Gets it onto the Tetsuya. How do you kill off the Mei Hoang though? Mei Hoang is gonna be super strong. Yeah, with that skill, you're giving the Calm Mind to everybody. The 15% heal is huge. And there's gonna be another round of stuns here. On to the Oliver. Slowly working onto the Fire Twin. Did that Mei Hoang not crit? Oh, okay, never mind. It doesn't really matter. Still able to bring down the Fire Twin Angel. So it's not looking good for Casual right now. His Gianna getting stunned up again. And the Tetsuya has been moving twice every single time, by the way. So here, he really needs to try to bring down the monkey. The only way is double bombs. I don't think one bomb is sufficient. So just trying to control the attack bar of that Josephine. Ming here gets the armor break additional turn. Gianna not looking healthy at all. She needs to violin. Oh, she got it. Hold up. Yeah, double bomb landed. So that kind of secures the kill onto the Meiho Wang, I believe. Tetsuya goes down. Gianna probably dies here. And it's gonna be essentially 2v2. But Ming in the field though. Oh, you really need to control this Ming up. That's one armor break, one violent proc, something dies. That is for sure. So this time, failing to get the attack bar reduction on that Josephine. That might backfire casual. So Josephine getting 2 hits onto the Oliver. Attack debuff landed onto the Ming. Once again, failing to get the pushback. And it's not looking good for casual. Josephine resisted that. Oliver goes down. And where is your damage right now? Yep, big stun. And I think it's GG. Ming here. A normal attack should do it. And there we go, Kai. Wow. What a match. What a series between these two players. Kai surviving so long right there. And then... yeah, I think once Gianna went down... Casual's opportunity to bring down the Ming kinda went to 0%. The win rate is like impossible to kill Ming after that. If, let's say, his Oliver got the pushback twice right there, maybe he had a chance. But Josephine resisted the pushback, Ming as well. And then once the armor break lands, the damage output from Ming is just too strong. So Kai will be progressing onwards to the semi-finals as well. He'll be fighting Blackhearted later on. So we are gonna be having the other side of the bracket right now. I believe it's gonna be Coco, Melon, and Charles. And last but not least, for our last quarter-final best of 5, it's gonna be Flynn and Proton S70. So we didn't get to see Flynn play yesterday as well. Proton S70 is one of those users where he kinda relies pretty heavily so far from his matches. We saw the Ragdoll, right? Ragdoll Gapsu kind of thing. Also a very strong combination there. So we are gonna be moving into Coco, Melon and Charles. Charles being the Chinese name here on the left-hand corner. Coco Melon actually got so lucky yesterday to make it through today. I think, honestly speaking, that best of 5 was probably the highlight of day 1. Where his Dyna actually resisted the Tetsuya stun. I think if, let's say, Tetsuya got that stun off onto the Dyna when it was on human form, Coco Melon wouldn't be here. So he has to take this opportunity. He has a second chance in life. Going for the Sierra and the Mouse. So Charles taking the Veronica, that is one of Coco Melon's staple Nat 5 LD that he always goes for. Oliver and Vert to follow through. Tetsuya, Gianna. Alright, pretty good stuff all around. Oh, I actually like this Win Robo pick. So here you can win Robo +1 speed lead. And it's gonna be the Chandra. Oh, Lucia is a hard counter towards 2 of the win units picked up by Charles. So do you just ban off the Lucia? That might be an option. So going for the Tetsuya instead, Oliver removed. And there's gonna be a window of opportunity for this mouse to probably stun something up on turn 1. He has to get it. Oh, the vert so fast! Wow. Can he strip though? Okay, he gets it. And there's gonna be the full reset. Landed onto everybody except the Lucia, which does not matter. So Chandra now will be able to play slow debuff, landed onto 3, and with the vert attack buff push and slow debuff on the opponent's side, you ain't gonna be moving much. So Gianna gets a violent proc here, and vert will start working onto the units. There's gonna be potential stuns. Alright, you can't stun Lucia, so Sierra might be able to come out with a bomb. But the attack bar is still at 20%. So just trying to kill off this Gianna first. Now the heal comes. Has to play some dots here. So what can this Chandra do? Still trying to kill off the Gianna first. The Sierra is moving soon. But I don't think she has any skills yet. That's probably got resetted by the Veronica earlier, right? We're just gonna go for the trick of water. Vert, push up again. Another round of reset. Wow, this team, so strong. Yeah, Sierra can't do anything. Probably just gonna stun up the mouse here first. Yep, there we go. Gets it onto the Sierra. The turn order so smart. The AI is so good on that Robo. And it's 1-0 victory to Charles. Oh, Coco Melon has been struggling a little bit here in this series, you know? Yeah, he definitely struggled in his first match against X-Mork yesterday. And once again, did not have any answers towards the unit that he always pick. The Veronica, right? So Veronica, that AoE reset was so strong. His Gianna and Sierra couldn't do much. And with all the turn cycling with the vert, yeah, you ain't gonna be moving. Really strong team. Good drafting from Charles though. So last round's pre-ban, Yon Hong and the Moor. What will it be this time? Do you just remove the Veronica? Yep, Charles doesn't want to deal with that. And vert ban as well. That vert, the runes, I don't know what runes is that, but then moving first on the team though. Even outspeeding the opponent's mouse. Yeah, because one thing, he didn't have any like units with immunity will. So mouse not able to capitalize on the passive. So all the units locked in here, very fast picks coming up from both sides. Win Robo once again. And a Cigar, very heavy win-oriented unit. Coming out from Charles' draft. So Lucia and +1 here should be another fire. Yeah, Rika is so good. Most of the time, these kind of Rikas are on 100% resistance. And it's gonna be so hard for Cigar or Oliver to land the reset. Most of the time. So Shizuka, final pick. And what will the bans be? I mean, yeah, banning off the Yonhong here. Coco Melon definitely can't challenge for turn 1 with that Gianna. I'm pretty certain this Win Robo is gonna move first. Should be on Swift. Yep, there we go. And that's gonna be the potential strips onto 2. Gianna resisted though. Has to land it here. Needs to get the reset as well. The Rika already taking so much damage. Getting provoked up instead. So no skills yet, and there's gonna be a normal attack here. Just waiting for the provoke to be removed before the Wind Robo goes for the stun. So he's able to turn cycle a little bit better. So another round of additional turn. Yeah, when this happens, there's no point having Lucia as well. You can't do anything about it. So this time, only one stun onto Gianna. So all the skills on Charles' side has been exhausted. This is Coco Melon's window of opportunity to make a comeback. Sierra gets the additional turn. Let's go. So there's gonna be a potential bomb. Failing to land the bomb. Window of opportunity closed back. Oh boy. Yeah, Charles just needs to kill off the Rika. So finally the Lucia is able to heal up. But Moore does have the second skill. So even if you got this shield, to no avail, Rika is pretty low on health. Has to reset this unit. Big crit. What can this Sagar do? Yeah, Sagar actually finishes off the Rika there. Wow, insane. So Gianna gets the additional turn here. Needs to land this bomb. Very important. Finally gets it. I think that bomb actually secures the kill already onto the Moor. So Wind Robo. Yeah, big punch. Failing to get the stun onto the Gianna means that critical error is up. And Moore down to last hit. I think if the Moore dies here, there's no way if you're Charles, you're able to kill off the Lucia with your 2 win units. So Gianna has to land this bomb. Gets it onto the Oliver. I think that secures it. Coco Melon is able to get his first win here. 1-1. For sure. This bomb detonates up and there's no way Oliver is gonna sustain that. So pretty good drafting. I really like that Rika at the end. It was more like a force band material, but it got led through. Charles just took so long to bring it down. I think if he could have killed off the Rika slightly earlier, he had a chance to finish off the Sierra and Gianna faster as well after that. And then, yeah, Lucia can't really do much. So is it gonna be Veronica banned from here on out? We'll see soon. Okay, this time locked in is the Yonhong and more. Oh boy. Veronica first pick. Yeah, Coco Melon has to remove that vert. He knows he can't really fight for speed here when his Yonhong is pre-banned. Because his Yonhong should have the fastest Swift on his team. So Miles and Oliver picked up. Going for the Etna and Fire Megumi, aka Tetsuya. Yeah, Etna is pretty strong here. If you can outspeed your opponent. And 10 seconds left. Water Gojo. And a light pony. Okay. Alright, I like these two pickups from Charles. A very good pivot. Oh, Zeratu. Is Zeratu even good here? It means that he's banning off the pony, right? Is it not? Because pony got anti-crit. And if your Zeratul failed to crit, then I don't know, man. Alright, so Oliver ban. Interesting. We'll see whether this Zeratul is able to like bypass that anti-crit buff from the Eleanor. So Miles here, potential strip stun. Landed onto the Tetsuya, and that's gonna be the resets as well incoming. Gets it onto everybody except the Zeratul. So definitely big damage output here. Oh my god, Zeratul can't even crit. I don't know, man. The Zeratul very questionable pick, like I said. So Melon gets the Sanctuary up with that Violent proc, and now it was already hard to crit earlier just from the Eleanor's passive. She's not even opting for the anti-crit yet. So Tetsuya here goes for the stun onto the Light Pony, pretty huge. However, Tetsuya already going down, very low on health. Sierra needs to Violent here, did not get it. Finally, Zeratul gets some crits here. Able to land 3 dots onto the mouse. And there isn't any cleanse just yet for Charles' side unless his pony Violent here, which she gets it. Oh my god. So everybody back to full life. What a clutch proc. And it's back to square one for Coco Melon. Yeah, can't do much onto the mouse. So Vert here gets 1 crit. I think if you're the mouse, you just try to stun the Zeratul. Yep, because your Veronica should be able to bring down the Tetsuya there. Potential bomb incoming though. Alright, gets it. And mouse surviving by 1 HP. I mean, if this unit proc again... Alright, didn't get it. Yeah, because if she procs right there, she's gonna cleanse the mouse, able to heal up a little bit more. So if you're Charles right now, you really need to kill up this Zeratul. It's gonna be so strong. So armor break landed. Only 1 crit. So even if he places the bomb here, I don't think this Sierra can kill the Veronica, because it's not on a additional damage build. And that's gonna be the cleanse. Veronica does have the reset. Oh, double crit. Zeratul able to bring down that unit, gets the additional turn. And now Zeratul is gonna be so much stronger. Because on Charles' side, he's already lacking all of his damage. And Zeratul is going to heal up back to full life. I think this one is in the bag for Coco Melon. Unless this pony goes a little bit crazy. Okay, let's see here. So transforming again for the heal. But how are you going to bring down this Zeratul? I feel like you kinda need to kill off the Vert first. The attack bar is so good. So Zeratul back to full HP. Has to transform here and try to stun. Or kill. Okay, here we go. 2v2. Okay, Bella is dead. And there's no way this pony wins. So Coco Melon looking good here. That Zeratul pick actually came in handy. On paper, it does not really make sense because, you know, Eleanor's passive as well as the anti-crit, it counters very heavily of Coco Melon's draft with the Vert as well. But managed to pull through. So congrats to him. A nice win over there. So 2-1 victory so far. Pre-ban will be the Veronica and Vert. this time. So what is it gonna be? The Sierra pick. Ooh, contest for speed right here. Yon Hong, Gianna. I think Charles is pretty comfortable running this lineup. Because you already know what he's gonna be banning off. So Coco Melon needs to find something to replace that Yon Hong, I think. Taking his time here, 5 seconds, going for the Lucia and the Dark Nezuko. Although Lucia counters the Wind Rebel and the Oliver, I still feel like that unit is gonna be in the field. So Sonya as a force band material. Alright, very nice draft from both sides. Let's see what are the bans. Removing the Sierra, so no speed leader for Coco Melon. Is this going to hurt him? Oh, it's not looking good for Coco. Yeah, he forgot to pick another speed lead. So that's gonna be the pushback strip. And Tetsuya can follow through with a potential stun onto Nezuko. Did not get it. So now, this Oliver needs to go huge. He has to Violent and reset something else. No Violent, I think Coco Melon wins. Okay, he got it. Wow. A stun onto Yon Hong. Alright. So it's kind of back to square one here. A very nice Violent proc from this Dark Nezuko as well. So it cleanses the Gianna. And now Gianna here, probably just normal attack. Try to gain some attack bar. Next turn, she does have the critical error. So Yon Hong is still surviving. That's gonna be potential heals, right? Because I think it did not get resetted earlier. But yeah. So definitely some heals. Some stuns. Alright, gets it. Another nice Violent onto the Tetsuya. Blade Fan should kill off this unit. We do know Coco Melon's Yon Hong runes are insanely good. Always able to dish out a lot on the skill 2. Unfortunately, this Gianna just misses everything. So didn't get the bomb, didn't get the 2 stuns onto the Oliver and the Moore. But it's looking really good for Coco Melon right now because with Lucia in the field, Charles cannot abuse the Oliver and Wind Robo. They are not getting the attack bar reduction enough. So every poke damage counts here. Another round of cleanse. And Wind Robo goes down. And it's GG. 3-1 victory goes to Coco Melon. What a match. I think that one, yeah, he was just relying heavily on sustaining the turn 1 damage output coming off from Charles. If Charles can't kill off anything by then, there's gonna be the Lucia heals, the Yon Hong as well. And Dark Nezuko cleanse was so strong. Yep, a very nice draft coming off from Coco Melon right there. And we are going to be having the next match here. Alright. Flynn versus Proton S70. So Flynn's birthday just happened. He did some summoning sessions, and yeah, we'll get to see what kind of drafting he's gonna go for this time in this tournament. We'll see real soon. And I think for Proton S70, you know, he yesterday showcased things like the Ragdoll Artomel. I think that combination is really nice. But Flynn does have so many options here. He can also take away the opponent's Ragdoll if he chooses to do it. So pre-bans here will be locked in. What is it gonna be? Do we see Flynn just banning off Gapsu? Things like that. Gapsu, Angela. Okay, yep. Angela ban. And it's gonna be the Water Twin Angel removed as well. First pick goes to Flynn. So Irene. Okay, Geo and Ragdoll to rebut that first pick coming out from Flynn. Following it up, it's gonna be the Tianlang. So what else is Flynn gonna showcase here? This Tianlang is pretty fresh as well. I think about a month ago, I got it for him. So it's gonna be the Usher pick. I like that a lot. Mouse to follow through. And I think if you're a Proton S70 here, you'll probably go for Gapsu. Yep, he's gonna lock that in. And what will Flynn do here? Oh, I like that a lot. The Light series is gonna be super strong. And it's also one of the first time people is running Light series in this tournament. So definitely a Leo ban here because Light series damage skills with attack speed. Defense leader on Proton S70 side. Flynn having accuracy 55%. So Miles. Can he land this stun onto the Irene? He gets it. But look at the damage here. Okay, not as much as I expected. But I believe this Light series does have very tanky runes. So Rakuni able to heal up a little bit here. Goes for the boost. Cleanses the Irene as well. So can he get a stun? Armor break landed. Usher needs to cleanse. Look at the damage coming out from this unit. Is the Geo dead? Oh my god. Yeah, Geo already down to last hit. However, there's gonna be the cleanse coming out from Gapsu. Did not cleanse the armor break off. So Geo is definitely in trouble. Yeah, definitely goes down here. And if you're Proton S70, you still need to deal with the Irene soon. The Irene hasn't used the skills yet. So something is gonna be locked up. So has to bring down this Light series. Down to 1 HP. And I think here you just probably seal off the Ragdoll or something. Goes for the Gapsu instead. And Rakuni is able to heal up a little bit more. Rampage of Rage up again. So Light series back to full health. Almost. The threat state is gonna be huge as well. So placing it onto the Rakuni. Able to make sure that the Light series stays alive. So Ragdoll here can't do much. He has no choice but to aim the Rakuni. Charge attack. Not able to bring down the mouse just yet. So I think the Usher should be able to finish it off. Yep, there we go. And now it's 2v4. It's looking grim for Proton S70 here. Rakuni always able to cleanse and heal. Super strong. And now he's just gonna work on to the Gapsu first. What can this Ragdoll do? Not much. The Light series is lapping this Gapsu. Okay. Yep. Gapsu gone. Rakuni got the speed buff, cleanse, heal. Wow, this team, super solid. A very nice bruiser lineup coming up from Flynn. So here, I think he can just put the threat state, try to make sure that his Rakuni stays alive. There's gonna be this skill here as well. Once the armor break lands, Ragdoll doesn't stand a chance. 1-0 victory goes to Flynn. A very nice showcase of the light series though. I mean, that's something we don't see too often, first things first. So, I guess if you're Proton S70, yeah, you had the idea of having the Leo in the field. But, when you're running Miles as well, you know, his drafting, he had no choice. His Leo actually contradicts with his Miles pick. Yeah, so that light series was really strong. And I think if he had just a little bit more damage, yeah, he couldn't bring down when it was 1 HP. Maybe something could have been different there if the light series goes down. So pre-bans this time will be the Acroma and Irene. Proton S70 getting first pick here. What unit can he steal away from Flynn? So going for the Miles. Oh, do we see Flynn change things up here with Oliver? The double twins. Alright. Pretty standard drafting so far. Fire Megumi and +1 Angela or Wusa. Okay, going for the Wusa instead. Tianlang is very nice here. Following it through with a Laura as well. Mei Hoang locked in. And it's gonna be the Win Nobara. So I'm not really sure the Win Nobara here. Probably to counter the Laura's second skill, that's about it. Because Laura definitely on Violin. It's not gonna be stunning anything with the skill tree. Water Gojo is also very nice against the whole lineup coming out from Proton S70 side. So bands are locked in, and here we go. Proton S70 needs to make sure that his Win Nobara gets debuff here. It's very important. But I'm not sure anything is going to be hitting it. So Laura will be able to go for this Light Guardian Angel. We do know the additional damage is huge. So look at that. Everybody around like 20% health gone. So big resets onto the Miles. Tianlang here to follow through with some potential stuns. He's opting for the normal attack instead onto the Mei Ho Wang. So Mei Ho Wang is definitely in trouble. There's gonna be heals. Big damage there. Slow debuff. Tianlang should follow through with the stuns right now. Additional turn. Oh, this Win Nobara might be in trouble. Laura has to normal attack here. Alright. Has to land the provoke though. Okay. But Win Nobara is dead. Yeah, last hit already. Now, you're only left with your Wusa and Miles. Unfortunately, the Wusa has not been able to get a skill off. And it's gonna be a 2-0 victory for Flynn. A very nice drafting right there. Smooth sailing so far for Flynn. Yeah, I think Proton S70 there. If his Wusa probably resisted some of the stuns at the start. Yeah, he needed to get the skill tree off. So pretty unlucky there. But not even sure whether this Wusa is on Violin because it did not have Will Rune. Yeah, everything was off Will earlier. So Angela and the Ramael and Judaya ban out once again. Locked in. Irene. And do you still go for the same thing? Geo Achroma this time. Alright. Looking slightly better. So Tianlang here, very heavy counter towards the Geo. She's definitely not able to turn cycle that much with the attack bar increase that she gets every time. So locking in the light series once again. Now, Proton S70 is going for this Leo pick and following it through with a Mei Ho Wang. And we already know what the last unit is gonna be. Pretty certain it's gonna be something like a Gapsu, right? He needs some sort of heals for the team. Oh, going for Lamiala instead. He's all in. He's going all in for damage. Alright, I like that. I respect that. Okay, here we go. Bans should be the Leo. Force ban. Because if not, your light series is not gonna be doing anything. Yep, there we go. Rakuni removed as well. So both sides are gonna benefit from HP leader 44%. Okay, would be nice to see Achroma do something well here. Oh, okay, wait. Accuracy on Flynn's side. Here we go. Oh, but something is always gonna get sealed up. Resistance. The Lamiala resisted that. That is huge. So, threat state now onto the Assure. Tianlang failing to land the armor break. So it's gonna be pretty hard to kill off this Mei Ho Wang right now. Has to land the armor break here. Okay, he gets it. And able to one-shot the Mei Ho Wang. Wow. Getting the silence onto the Lamiala as well. Oh, this isn't looking good for Proton S70. Right off the bat. He already lost one unit. Now, Tianlang always just gonna be normal attacking all the way. With that suppression on top of his head. So glancing as well onto the Geo. The beauty of Light Series is that she does not care about Geo. She's just gonna be normal attacking all the way. Not gonna give her attack bar. So everything on the side of Flynn still full health. Lamiala is already down to last hit. What can this Achroma do? Not much. And it's a very clean fight once again from Flynn. 3-0 victory. Wow, what kind of draft is that, man? That is something new, honestly. We've never seen Light Series picked up so far in this tournament. So a very nice showcase of that unit. Although it's very niche, but yeah. If you have the runes and the monsters, you're able to make it work. So here are the bracket that we are having so far. Moving onwards to the semi-finals of this Southeast Asia English-speaking countries qualification region. We are having Blackhearted and Kai. They'll be fighting it out to see who goes through to the final. And also Coco, Melon and Flynn, right? The top two players will be progressing onwards to the group stages, which will be happening from the 10th of May. So we're gonna be releasing the first code of the evening, everybody. Make sure to type this in as soon as possible because there's gonna be limited redemptions on it. It's C Open Quali S32. Alright, once again, C Open Quali S32. You're gonna be getting 100 energies and 100,000 mana stones. Alright, make sure to collect this one as soon as possible. And before we begin our semi-final matches, we are going to be having a short break. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Strong. On tough days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us! Strong. On tough days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us! We're strong. On tough days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us! Days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us! Days, and on good ones too. These are the stories we've written together. No challenge will ever break us!
And we are back from our break here. So we are going to be continuing on the day 2 of the Pacific League Southeast Asia English-speaking countries regional qualification. So far, we've been having a lot of fun matches. I think Flynn has been pretty snug with his draft there. He actually played something different with the light series kind of thing here. So just once again, the rules and format for the regional qualification. It's SWC prevent rules, playoffs with a best of 5 for all matches. The top 2 players will qualify to the group stages. So in terms of the group stages, it's gonna be represented by 2 players each from Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, this Southeast Asia qualification, as well as Chinese, Taipei, Hong Kong, and Macau. And here are the rewards as well. So when you're qualified into the group stages, there's a very high chance for you to win cash prizes. And if you make it through all the way to the finals as well, the top 3 players from each group will be playing it out in the final round, where the champion will walk away with $3,000, the twins figurine, as well as the legendary all attribute scroll pack. So it's all to play for. And in terms of our bracket, so far we are having the semi-final matches between Blackhearted and Kai. Coco Melon will be up against Flynn. Alright. So once these players are ready, we should be able to dive right in. Whoever wins their semi-final match will be qualified for the group stages. And then for the final round, it's basically just a extra bonus, because there's gonna be extra rewards as well if you win the regional qualification. So winner for the regional qualification will be getting the SD figurine volume 1 and 500 crystals. Whereas the first runner-up, the second place, will get 500 crystals. The 2 second runner-up players will be given 300 crystals, and the 5th to 8th players will be getting 200 crystals each. Alright. So make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end as well, because there's gonna be another coupon code to be given out today. Alright. Who are you guys rooting for? Is it Kai? Or is it Blackhearted? Let me know down in the comments below who you're rooting for. Let's see here. Pre-bands locked in. It's the Tianlang and Gianna. So what will Blackhearted do here? First pick, very important. Do you steal away the Water Twin Angel? He does. So it's just gonna go for it. Fire Twin locked in for Kai, as well as the Irene. Yeah, I'm really liking this meta change. We are able to see a lot of other units shine. Especially this Fire Twin Angel. Because back in the day, although it didn't really get buffed, right? People didn't really utilize it that often. It was always the Chandra Saga Vela last time. When Water Twin Angel was in the meta, it was still together with Sagar most of the time. However, with Sagar getting the nerf on the 3rd skill, then only this unit came out. So Segmet locked in, as well as the mouse for Blackhearted. Kai going very aggressive with this Sierra and Etna pick. Oh, I like that a lot. So it's full on turn 1 contest. He's committed towards it. And what will Blackhearted do? Does he pivot? Or does he fight fire with fire? Pivoting into the Ming. And a Zanizak. A very fast lock for Kai, the Shahat. So here, if you're Blackhearted, Sierra is the only speed leader, which makes sense to ban. So just gonna be removing that unit. And here we go. I don't ever think Etna outspeeds the segment without speed lead. So something is gonna get resetted. That is for sure. Unless resistance come into play. Which might happen. Alright. So gets the reset onto the Irene. No stun from the mouse, but great additional turn, able to already bring down that Fire Twin Angel to half-life. Etna now has to go for some big damage. Gets the stun onto the Ramael and Judaya. The bomb landed, stun as well. That's 2 turns locked down on that Fire Twin Angel. So now if you're this Shahat, do you just try to silence up? Do as much damage as you can onto the mouse. That's what he is going for. Armor break landed onto 2. But essentially this Fire Twin Angel is gone. So Etna here able to turn cycle a little bit more. And do you just finish off that unit? Yes, he does. Because what the Twin Angel does have the heal. So Shahat getting another additional turn. Zenisek now in trouble. Fire Twin Angel is gone. So with a reset onto the Etna, I think that unit is essentially dead. Shahat has to silence here. Okay, gets it onto the Zenizek. Oh, I feel like this Shahat is going to solo everything. If this Zenizek goes down, how is your Sekhmet and Ramael and Judaya killing off that unit? It's gonna be so tough. Yeah, Zenizek is dead. Now, Irene will be able to place this threat state. Puts it on herself. And another additional turn. Silence is huge onto this Ramael and Judaya. No skills at all. So Sekhmet can steal this away. Did not get the threat state. Because it was already down to 1 turn. And Sekhmet against the wall. I don't think Blackhearted has this one. Yep. 1-0 victory goes to Kai. Man, that Shahat last pick was so good though. I didn't really expect that. But yeah. Dish out so much firepower every single time. Gets the additional turn too. I think he proc like 3 times in a row. Something like that. If I'm not mistaken. So the mouse went down really quickly, as well as the Zenizek, and it's just downhill from there for Blackhearted. So last round's pre-bans were the Tianlang and Gianna. Do you respect ban off this Shahat? Seems really scary though. It's gonna be the Sekhmet and Water Twin. Alright then. So first pick goes to Kai. And it is gonna be the Ming. Oliver Irene for Blackhearted. Oh, Kai is going for Gianna as well. So taking the Gianna this time. However, is it good in this kind of context? Because you do not have any speed leader yet. It's gonna be pretty tough to contest for turn 1. Especially when Irene is on Swift. So let's see later. Okay, Blackhearted locking in the Julian and Water Gojo. Oh, Julian is pretty strong here. So Smicer and Shahat once again for Kai. So no speed lead from him. He has to pray whether his Gianna can survive turn 1. Because from the looks of things, that Sonya is definitely one of the force ban material. It's gonna be pretty tough to let that Sonya through. And he actually lets it through. Oh my god. Speed leader, Sonya. Something is dead. Something is gonna die on turn 1. For sure. I don't think anything can survive this. So let's see here. Can he trade off quickly though? That is the question. So Sonya goes for the Gut Crush. 56,000 onto the Gianna. And that's gonna be the seal onto the Fire Twin Angel as well. It's not looking good for Kai. If this Ming gets resetted, which he does, so no Calm Mind as well. And now you can just try to prolong your team with this threat state onto Water Gojo or even herself. So Shahat here dishing out some damage. Irene already down to half life. A big stun onto the Ming. Because of that reset, he's not gonna be having the Calm Mind passive. And Sonya is able to turn cycle really quickly. Another nice proc. Next turn, she has the Gut Crush once again. So full reset onto the Shahat. Just trying to eat the attack bar away. Ming doesn't stand a chance, and it's a very simple 1-1 going to Blackhearted this time. Yeah, I think the draft, Kai went a little bit too greedy, I'd say. Picking in the Gianna at the second phase and then not opting for any speed leader to contest for turn 1, where Gianna kind of shines in that kind of field, right? So if you're trying to sustain turn 1 damage, Gianna is not one of those units. Because most of the time you're running Gianna on speed, crit rate, slot 4 kind of thing. HP situation isn't good. If there's things like Etna, Sonya, all these kind of things in the field, yeah, she's just gonna go down really quickly. Pre-bans this time, Tianlang and Gianna once again. So I don't think we see any changes. It's gonna be the Water Twin followed through with the Fire Twin. Oh, this time Kai changes things up for some reason. I think he could have just followed through with the first round draft, which worked pretty well for him. So changing it up towards the Oliver and Miles. And do we see the Irene locked in here? Yep, it's gonna be the Irene and Julian. So how do you deal with that? Rakuni Etna makes sense. Fire Megumi, and do we see another fire unit? Something like a Mei Ho Wang here could also be nice. If you plan to ban off the Oliver. There's a lot of routes for him to go. So going for another fire unit, which is the Fire Twin Angel. Yeah, any fire bruiser there would be nice. And what would Kai do? So Blackhearted's draft is very orientated around the water and fire. However, he's going for the Sierra potential bombs. Yeah, Miles strip into Sierra bomb is also nice. So let's see here who are the bans. Fire Megumi and the Rakuni. So with speed leader 33%, Kai's, Miles and Etna I think moves in front. It should be, right? So Etna here goes for the Shatter. And who is he going to try to stun up? Oh, the Irene resisted that. Now he needs to rely on his second skill onto the Irene. Yeah, he has no choice. So there's gonna be some sort of heals rolling for Blackhearted. Not putting the heal yet. So boosting the Fire Twin Angel's attack bar. Immunity all round. And Julian here will be able to try to dish out as much damage as he can. Ooh, can he kill off this Irene in time though? I think he can. Yeah, Etna gets the finish. And now he's gonna start working onto the Fire Twin Angel. That Etna crit before she goes down, pretty huge. So right here, just gonna go for the kill, gets the additional turn. And he's only left with normal attack here. big stun onto the Sierra. So Fire Twin Angel does have the immunity once again, placing it onto everyone, able to bring down the Sierra as well. And now, you really need to kill off this Julian, because next turn, with that armor break intact, you can't stop the Julian. Blackhearted should be getting this, because Miles confirmed he's gonna be deleted from the field. No way you're surviving armor break. Noble agreement. That's like essentially 20k per hit. So Blackhearted taking this 2-1. Wow, very nice draft. I like that Julian pick at the middle part. Probably caught Kai off guard there. Yeah, I think if I were Kai, maybe if you see your opponent picking the Water Twin, just stick back towards the standard draft that you did in round 1. Since you actually won that match, right? You didn't really need to change things up. It was on the onus is on your opponent to change the draft. So yeah. We'll see round 4. So round 4, definitely we're gonna be seeing things like the Gianna picked up. If Kai chooses to do it. Because Blackhearted does not have Gianna, if I'm not mistaken. I think he reminded me before. So no Gianna over there. It's only Kai. Okay, Julian and Water Twin ban. Yeah, respect ban this time onto that light vampire. Super strong. Although it got nerfed, but honestly, this unit, the reason why it's still so good is the damage output. You don't really need the stun, because if you're able to one-shot something, you don't need stun for that. Just land one armor break, one kill. One armor break, one kill. As simple as that. So Kai is going for the Irene and the Fire Twin Angel this time. Blackhearted locked in the Segment Oliver. Do we see something like a Shiho or Jongnam, you know? Jongnam could be okay. But the double pandas looks good as well. So Tianlang and Ming picked up for Blackhearted. Following it through with Kai. Blood Ya and Rika. He's going all in with all these dots. Because there's no immunity yet for Blackhearted. However, there's double resets. So Juno definitely for sure is gonna be banned out. I don't ever think you let the unit through. But we'll see. Yep, Bloodya and Juno gone. Here we go. Will Blackhearted win this 3-1 and progress onwards to the finals? We'll see shortly. So Samat here. Goes for the reset. Resistance from the Irene. Can he stun? No stun. So Tetsuya is able to get a move on here. Potentially stunning somebody. Gets it onto the segment. And I think over here, you probably just seal up the Ming. You do not want him to move. You're also able to take away the immunity, right? So Oliver can't do much here. And Kai. He can place immunity and try to reset. If he chooses to. Or just go for raw damage. So resetting the segment here. Fire Guardian and Angel landing almost all of the dots. Missing one only on the Oliver. So 3 more turns before Ming pops up back into the field. Now immunity is up. And Rika here, I think don't go for the stun. Yep, that's a smart play. Because if he stuns the Ming, that unit is going to cleanse. So he's just waiting for the Fire Twin Angel to have the reset once again. I think that is the play here. So Calm Mind is up. No skills yet for the Caroel and Lanoa for 2 more turns. He's gonna have the bag once again. They're just sealing off this Ming. Oh my. And it's 2-2. Yeah, Ming doesn't stand a chance here. The Irene's so good. Every time able to steal the opponent's buff and stealing him off from the field for 10 turns or so. That's why this unit is probably one of the most picked units apart from Speed Leader right now. Now, because Speed Leader, you always kind of need to go for things like either Chandra, Oliver. Vanessa, we don't see too often right now because current meta, yeah, Vanessa doesn't really provide that much utility compared to all those other units. It's just like a single target strip. If it's on Despair, then maybe, yeah, you can potential strip stun. Very low chance of that happening. That's why you don't see it too often. Only good against people when they run things like Sonya, Fire Cassandra, all these kind of snipe teams. So here we go. The last set of this best of 5 between Blackhearted and Kai. Double Twin Angels for the left-hand corner, and Blackhearted going for the Oliver Mouse as well as the Irene. So Tetsuya and Edna really good here. One thing I also noticed, like, throughout this whole tournament so far, honestly, we haven't seen Heigang that much, right? He's kind of tapered off from the current meta already because there's just so many things that can actually counter him. It's not really that good of a counter pick right now because even Irene, yeah, Irene can just eat something up. There's Robos, all this kind of thing that does not care about Heigang's passive. So Seimei and Gino for Blackhearted and Kai. What is he going to do here though? That Seimei is looking really scary. Do you just ban off that unit? So locking in the Shahat at the end. Alright. Oh, I think this one kind of favors Blackhearted, eh? Yeah, Irene is gonna be super strong. So Mouse gets the stun onto Tetsuya. Additional turn as well. Already down to 50% health. Now Irene will be able to lock somebody up. No movement from Shahat anytime soon. Did not get the armor break. Pretty unfortunate. So here Kai can't really do too much. Just gonna go for the reset. Try to reduce the countdown timer of that demon bag. So Seimei here will be able to put the protection up. Nice proc though from this Tetsuya. And he's stunned. He gets it onto the mouse. That is actually huge. 0 stun from the Ramael and Judaya. He needed some stuns badly there. But pretty unfortunate. Something is gonna get resetted and pushed back. Oh, it's not looking good for Kai right now. Because he already exhausted all of his skills. And as for Miles, whenever you get 2 turns like that, it's looking grim. Now threat state to even force the opponent to hit the Seimei. And you can't do anything about that. Can this thing get a violin? Okay, did not. So Tetsuya is gone. 3v4. And Shahat has been controlled left and right. He hasn't been moving yet. So another round of Demon Bag. Like I said, I think this one, if Irene was let through, it's just looking pretty grim for Kai. Does not have anything working for him right now. Because all of his Twin Angels are on cooldown. And there's permanent resets from Oliver as well. Miles is so happy. He's always able to just poke some damage here and there. Okay, soul protection onto the Irene. Yeah, I think this time Shahat is dead. Yeah, this ain't gonna be doing so much damage because of the glancing. Shahat is gonna go down here. 4v2 with Seimei in the field. Yep. Ain't looking good, so congratulations to Blackhearted. He is going onwards to the finals and also locking in his slot in the group stages of the Pacific League as well. So we got one finalist locked in, and now we are gonna be having the other set of the semi-final match between, I believe, Coco Melon and Flynn. So I think so far we've been seeing a lot of pretty fun matches. One thing, Kai, yeah, he was actually able to use the Shahat pretty well. That's something we don't really see people pick too often, right? Normally, people just stick towards the Miles, all this kind of thing, because yet again, Miles' passive is slightly better in that sense, where if the opponent have Will at the start, most of the time you should be moving first on Violent. You proc 2 time, I mean, you get 1 proc, that's like 50% health or something gone. So Miles, very fun unit to play once in a while, when he can keep on getting the move, alright? So over here, now we are going to be having, yep, Coco Melon and Flynn. Alright, this is gonna be a juicy one, boys and girls. I can't wait to see this best of 5. I think this one is gonna be down to the wire as well. Both players really solid in terms of drafting and placements in RTA. So the winner of this one will also be locking in their slot in the group stages of the Pacific League. So here we go. What are the pre-bans? What did Coco Melon learn so far in terms of the drafting from Flynn? So he's going for the Water Twin Angel ban, and Flynn is not letting him have his Yon Hong. Now Flynn locking in a speed leader in the form of Oliver. Tetsuya to follow through. Okay, 10 seconds left. And it's gonna be the Veronica. So Flynn here, what are his options? We do know he has a Laura, which he loves to play as well once in a while. Like the other day, he went for the Laura Silver combo with the Driller. That one was pretty insane. I didn't expect Driller to do so much work. So going for the Tianlang and Laura instead. Coco Melon falling back towards this Patter. And Flynn is going for a Light Twin Angel. Since when did he get that unit? That is for sure a new LD Nat 5 for Flynn, which is bringing it out for this tournament. So locking in a Jameer as well. Coco Melon, Force Band Material, Douglas. Alright, here we go. What can this Light Twin Angel do? I think that unit is probably one of the best right now. Even better than Laura. So here we go. There's gonna be the strip into attack buff. Okay, he's just boosting up. So there's a chance for the Eagle to stun. The Oliver gets the additional turn. Able to strip the Laura as well. So with the attack debuff here, Laura also able to do so much damage though. A huge stun onto Gianna, but Patter is able to cleanse real soon. Oliver gets this proc here, but to no avail. He does not have any skills. But everything on the side of Coco Melon, below 50% health. His Gianna needs to get some work done. So potential bombs incoming into AoE stun. Failing to land the bomb. Did I see wrongly? The Gianna failed to... The Gianna failed to stun everything? Because the Tianlang and the Light Twin Angel was already stunned up, right? Ooh. Oh boy. A rough night for Gianna, eh? Okay, can she land this bomb though? Super important. So finally gets it onto the Oliver. And Oliver likely is going down here. Last dish effort to reset off this Gianna. And Tianlang also pretty low on health though. So just trying to kill off the Veronica, not able to do so. Tianlang down to last hit, gets the additional turn. The Petter should be able to follow through. Tried to stun the Light Twin Angel, but did not get it. Another round of stuns from the Tetsuya, this time getting resisted. Oh, I think that is a misplay from Coco Melon. He did not finish the Tianlang, and now Tianlang is able to dish out so much more damage on last hit. He could have used the Petter earlier to kill off that unit, but he chose not to. And now he's in trouble. Because Tetsuya is definitely gonna go down here. He has one more chance. Gets the stun. Petter with a wall blow. Not able to bring down anything yet. I think this Laura is going to kill off everything with this third skill. Yeah, look at the damage output. Gets the additional turn as well. Normal attack and Light Twin Angel definitely gonna finish off this unit. 1-0 victory goes to Flynn. And I think that was a very greedy play from Coco Melon right there. He did not finish the Tianlang and it really backfired so hard. Oh my god. If he killed off the Tianlang, I think Coco Melon definitely won that match. Yep. Wow. What a back and forth match for this round 1, man. Pretty good so far. And I'm really liking this Light Twin Angel pick as well. Although didn't really do much there, but it was all on Laura actually. The Laura's damage so good. Crazy artifacts, additional damage build. So if you're Coco Melon right now, who do you ban? There's so many things. Oh, PTSD against that Tianlang, so just gonna be removing it. And Flynn banning off the Gianna as well. Tetsuya has been working pretty well for Coco Melon, so he's gonna be locking that in. And what other kind of funny draft do we see coming out from Flynn? Irene. Okay, taking away that unit. And the Sierra to follow through. So do you still contest for turn 1 here, knowing that there's gonna be the Yeonhong and Veronica? So locking in the Jamir and Light Twin Angel once again. Han and the Dark Robo. So Flynn has to go for something really quick, which is the Atna. And I think for sure it's gonna be the ban onto Yeonhong. Oh, actually banning off the Tetsuya. So you're letting Yeonhong through. Alright, although there's no speed lead for it. Does Yeonhong still outspeed here? I don't think so. Oh, that Light Twin Angel. Come on. Let's see. This time, I think it has full potential. So going for this. Big damage done. And Sierra is able to follow through with a bomb. Definitely onto the Han. Failing to land though. So just trying to reduce attack bar a little bit. And Yeonhong is able to push the Robo for potential strips. Did not get it onto the Jamir. So attack break landed onto the Han. I don't think he's able to one-shot something right now. Irene is able to demon back this unit. Did not get the seal, but at least it got the attack bar reduction. So can't really complain right there. But everything on Flynn's side right now is in trouble. Jamir Going for the illusion of time. So resetting everything here gets the additional turn. Another round of big damage onto the Han. And Sierra will be able to bomb up this Yonhong. Boom. Man, Jameer, Irene, so strong. There's another round of Demon back. And that kind of seals the fate of the Han. Because once he's back, he's down to 1 HP. So essentially, Flynn just needs to bring down the Robo and the Veronica. But look at that damage output. Robo doesn't stand a chance. And it's clean 2-0 victory so far for Flynn. Another crazy draft though. I actually like that Jameer Light Twin Angel pick. Those two goes pretty well together. Who knew? Man, the Twin Angel also able to dish out so much damage with the strip. Pretty good unit, by the way. Obviously not easy to get. So we'll see whether Flynn brings out any other light dark Nat 5. So far we know this Light Twin Angel is new. Not really sure about any other. The word on the streets is that he got a few LD Nat 5 few days back. So far we're only seeing one. Okay? Light Twin Angel ban and the Tetsuya as well. So Flynn here. He has so many options. So going for the Oliver this time. Coco Melon, what do you do? Do you take away the Irene? Sierra Yonhong instead. Yeah, I think earlier the only downside with Coco Melon's draft is that he did not have speed lead for the Yonhong. I think if he had it like a general speed leader instead of the Han, probably he might have clinched that one. So Irene and Edna locked in for Flynn. If you're Coco Melon right now, I don't think Veronica and Gianna is the way to go because I don't know about this, man. But you got no other option as well. Oh, this is rough. Yeah, he's committing towards the Veronica and Gianna, and now Flynn can just go for speed lead and something really quick as well. And it's either gonna be a force ban on the Edna or that Wusa. I mean the Wunsa. Like I said, man, that Veronica Gianna. So here, Vert could be nice, alright? So Vert still ban out. But how are you going to get turn 1 against 33% speed lead and a Wunsa? It's gonna be tough. But maybe, just maybe, he can survive the turn 1 damage. If he does, he has a shot at winning, alright, for Coco Melon. So let's go. Demon back, sealed up the Gianna. Jameer just normal attacking the Sierra as well. And there's gonna be a full reset onto that unit. So did not get the attack bar reduction. So Blade Fan onto the Wunsa this time. Yonhong should be able to EMP shock here, but Jameer does have the cleanse. Oh my god, that 2-turn sleep is huge. So he has another round of reset. Did not get the attack bar reduction though. So he's just trying to kill off the Sierra as soon as possible. Just sealing up this Gianna once again. Wunsa essentially dead. Or this time he played it safe. Although the dot kind of secures the kill there, but he used Sierra's normal attack on it. So did not want to make the same mistake like he did earlier when he let that Tianlang through on 1 HP. But Yonhong taking a heavy beating here. And it's not really looking good because Jenna is gonna go down 3v1 against the Veronica. And 3-0 victory for Flynn. Wow, what a statement right there. That is actually crazy in terms of his drafting, man. Rune quality as well, don't get me wrong. I think rune quality, he does have like very good violent and swift depth for him to actually utilize so many different kind of compositions. And don't forget, he has not been playing anything turn 2 yet. If he wants to, he has ragdoll teams. So yeah, this guy, very well rounded in terms of drafting. And we have our 2 finalists for the Pacific League Southeast Asia qualification locked in. It's gonna be Blackhearted and Flynn. Those 2 players will be our representative for this regional qualifier. And they are gonna be progressing onwards to the group stages. However, now it's just a show match between these 2 right now, because the winner will still receive a better reward, alright? So for the regional qualifications, the champion will receive the SD figurine volume 1, one of those, and then a 500 crystal reward as well, where the first run-up will be getting 500 crystals only. So it's still all to play for that SD figurine, you know? Really cute. And we are definitely gonna be having our final best of 5 for today. It's gonna be Flynn and Blackhearted. So pre-ban's locked in. Oh, he's actually banning off that Light Twin Angel. Does not want to deal with that. Segment removed as well. So Oliver pick. Pretty standard. Alright, Irene and the Sierra. So do we see Jamir Irene combo once again? The timing is so good between those 2, you know? It's like every time you seal one unit up, then you just refresh, you wait for that unit to come back, and then you can seal something off again. So Tianlang is nice here against the Oliver. What other units do we see here? About 5 seconds left. And it's gonna be the Laura. Ooh. This is the first Jeonnam for the day, boys. So this is something we don't see too often right now in current meta because of the recent nerf that he got. And following it through with the Wind Zenitsu. Wind Zenitsu is pretty strong here. So what can Flynn do to deter that unit? Or does he just straight off ban off that unit? Seems like it. Because with the Water Gojo placed, he does not care about the attack bar reductions coming up from Oliver, as well as the Jeonnam. So for sure that 2 units are in the field. Wind Zenitsu, he might have an issue, as well as the Fire Twin. So just gonna be banning off the Water Twin Angel instead. Alright, pretty interesting. No speed leader for Flynn though. And now he's susceptible towards the Wind Zenitsu dots and potential stuns. So Jeonnam here moving first. Gets the strip onto the Irene. And there's gonna be a full lockdown for that unit. Tianlang cuts in between. Goes for the Dragon Dance. Not able to strip 2 units, however getting 1 stun onto the Oliver. And there's gonna be immunity placed right here for Blackhearted. Dishing out as much damage as he can onto the Irene. So Laura here going for the strip. Gojo. Can he control? Alright. The Wind Zenitsu pretty low on health right now. But don't forget, there's still the passive. So you don't really want to hit that unit yet, because you're gonna give him attack buff if you do so. I love the animation of Wind Zenitsu, it's so nice. So Jongnam here, able to heal up a little bit here. Getting 1 stun only. So pretty unfortunate. Laura getting reset. This should kill the Irene at 22,000. The Fire Twin Angel still surviving by 1 HP. And Laura needs to kill. Right, 3v3. But it still favors Blackhearted because with the Oliver in the field. So big stun onto Jongnam. Now gets the slow debuff onto 2. So I think with this slow debuff, he's probably gonna try to kill off the Oliver first, right? Yeah, that Laura is definitely in trouble. Another stun onto the Jongnam. The Jongnam now armor broken. Gets the Dragon Dance proc. So Laura is able to finish off this unit. Gets the additional turn. No sleep proc means this Laura is potentially dead. But now, look at that damage from Water Gojo. Almost able to one-shot that Wind Zenitsu. And I think he's dead. Wow, what a comeback. Okay. I did not expect that Water Gojo to do so much. But yet again, Wind Zenitsus are all like pretty squishy in that sense. Maybe the HP situation isn't really that good there. But yeah, look at that amount of damage from the second skill, man. Pretty good unit. Not gonna lie. Alright. So 1-0 so far towards Flynn. But that was a very good draft from Blackhearted as well. He put up a really good fight there. So these were the last rounds pre-ban. And it's gonna be the Tetsuya and Oliver this time. Do we see a silver pickup? Yeah, that's something Flynn can actually go for. So locking in the Irene first. Okay, standard counter so far. Yeah, you need the segment to reset. Jamir and Light Twin Angel once again. Now if you're Blackhearted, what do you do? Because in that sense, your segment might be gone. So going for the Miles. And the Angela. So Blackhearted is kind of pivoting a little bit here. Trying to get some supportive heals. And Flynn, does he just go all in? A Gapsu? Yeah, I think if it's Gapsu, it's pretty random. So it's gonna be the Laura and Sierra. Alright, back to the same draft. These 5 units, once again, I think they work pretty well. All together. And what do you counter this lineup with? Yeah, Juno also not good. Juno gets eat up by Irene. Additional damage all from Laura and the Twin Angel. Your Juno is also gonna die. So yeah, I'm not really sure. So Segment is gonna be let through here. He does have an opportunity to get turn 1. Unless that Laura is faster. So Segment here has to land the reset. Resistance onto the Irene. Oh my god. That was the only kind of way for Blackhearted to get some good wins, you know. The Segment needed to land it. But resistance is looking good for Blackhearted as well. The Sierra failing to land bombs once again. Double stuns this time. Juno will be able to start working onto the Sierra. Just trying to stun that unit up. Now, Light Guardian Angel comes. Gets the additional turn. Miles will be able to stun. Gets it onto the Irene, but Violent proc out of it. So there's gonna be the Demon Bag sealed up onto the Water Twin Angel. Instead, he goes for Juno, so letting that unit get a turn. Pretty interesting. Yeah, because the Water Twin was gonna move. So Light Twin here goes for the multiple shot, gets the reset onto the segment. Threat state now placed. Slow debuff every time onto Miles means the Miles isn't gonna be hitting that hard. And it's not looking good for Blackhearted with all this slow debuff. The Juno is going down. Sierra does have the bomb, by the way. So Setmat not able to reset anything, no skills yet. And does he just go for it onto the mouse? He does. So big damage done. Laura with this skill, able to clean up the field. I think 2 units dies here. Yep. And it's a 2-0 victory for Flynn right now. It's just so hard to deal against Flynn's draft at the moment. Yeah, nobody has any answers towards this Jameer, Irene, Light Twin Angel kind of comp. Yeah, it's pretty tough, man. Yeah, if you're Blackhearted, maybe... Yeah, the Tetsuya was banned out, right? Pre-ban, I think. Was it? You fall back on Juno, like I said, the additional damage was just too much from all those units with AoE. So yeah, Tetsuya was banned out last round. I think you kinda need Tetsuya there to like disrupt the turn order a little bit. So pre-bans this time. Back to the Segment and Light Twin. Do we actually see Flynn getting 3-0 victory for all of his matches today? This time bringing in the Ramael and Judaya. Blackhearted, I think that's a very nice first pick. You kinda need to take away the Irene. It's really strong. So might as well use it for your own. Bringing in the Tianlang as well. This is looking better for Blackhearted. He's trying to do more counter picking this time instead of trying to fight turn 1. So Tianlang and the Tetsuya locked in. Flynn is going for the Shiho. So Shiho got some sort of slight buff on the third skill. Okay, never mind. He's gonna remove that for Miles and Etna. Would have been nice to see Shiho in the field. And last but not least, Blackhearted. Can he make a reverse comeback here? Or do we see Flynn sweeping the field again? Another potential 3-0 victory. It's gonna be the Akroma. And Lucia. Alright, I like this draft from Blackhearted. On paper, it seems like it can sustain at least 3 turns of all of Flynn's units. Minimum. You'll probably just ban off the Chow and pray. I think that is the plan. Because nothing is stopping this Chow. Yep, Chow ban. Lucia removed as well. Both sides have speed lead. And all the best to Blackhearted here. I think he has a pretty decent shot at winning this time. On paper. Because the Oliver is deemed useless when there's Tianlang in the field. However, this Etna not failing to get the stun onto the Irene. Everything on the side of Blackhearted still pretty healthy. That's something he needs. So no stuns and strip from the Tianlang. Pretty unfortunate. So Etna finally getting stunned up here. Has to silence up this Oliver. He gets it. So Tianlang will be able to dish out armor break. Irene is gonna be moving soon. But there's no skills. Has to land the attack break. Alright. Oh, last hit. So Edna here can go for the Shatter, try to armor break. Tianlang should be able to kill something. There's no more heals from the Water Twin, so he can go greedy a little bit. Try to armor break that mouse. But is it going to backfire? We'll see. So Tetsuya will be able to finish the job. Miles here should be able to trade as well. So 3 for 3 at the moment. But advantage Blackhearted because the Akroma is always just gonna be getting stronger right now. The mouse is in trouble as well. The Tetsuya still surviving 1 HP. Oh, I don't know about that. Oliver though. He gets the kill. Does Akroma win Water Twin and Oliver? That is the question because the Tianlang is dead. So it's 2-1. 2-1. I'm not sure whether this Akroma can sustain though. But now with armor break onto 2 units. Does he go greedy and normal attack? He does. So a big land onto the Twin Angel right there. Now he's on the timer. Can he kill this Akroma in time? There's no more armor breaks right now. So Akroma goes for the second skill. Brings down the Water Twin Angel. It's 1v1. Oh, 5k. I don't think this Akroma can sustain. Oh, the additional turn though. Oh no. Wow, that proc from the Oliver at the end seals the deal. Oh my god. I think if he didn't proc there, the Akroma for sure kills off that Oliver, right? Wow, but a really good match though. Although it's a 3-0 clean sweep from Flynn once again, but I think Blackhearted put up a really valiant effort right there. Once again, 2 of these players will be our representatives for the Southeast Asia English-speaking countries regional qualifier for the Pacific League. Those 2 players are gonna be moving onwards to the group stages. Once again, the group stages will be happening on the 10, 11, 17, and 18 of May. Alright? So before we end the stream for today, we are gonna be releasing 1 more coupon code for y'all. Make sure to type this in. It's pretty juicy, alright? So it's gonna be C League 32XCL. Once again, C League 32XCL. You're gonna be getting 2 mystical scrolls right there and then, alright, for your in-game reward. You never know. Every mystical scroll for this event counts. Try to get that Beetle Guardian or your Dream Net 5. Alright. So last thing I want to say for today. Congratulations to all of the players who have made it to the group stages. Blackhearted and Flynn will be representing our region, and they will be fighting it out in the group stages where there's going to be 2 more qualifiers from the Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, and the Chinese Taipei, Hong Kong, Macau region. Where in Vietnam, they already concluded their day 2 as well. I think it's going to be Pooh and Spinks. So both legend players. It's going to be really nice to see the group stages. Going to be round robin ruling as well. And it's going to be happening on the 10, 11, 17, and 18 of May. So make sure to mark it down in your calendars. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And I am definitely looking forward to seeing you all in the group stages for the Pacific League. Have a pleasant weekend. Until then, take care and stay safe, my friends.